Hello, everyone. I'm James. Welcome back to Easy English for You. Before we start, I want to give a quick shout out to two new members who just joined our community. Lee Soo Jin and Jimmy Song. Welcome to the family. We are so happy you're here.
Yes, welcome. You made a great choice today, trust me.
Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever said something in English and suddenly the other person's face changed? Not in a good way.
Oh, yes. Actually, that happened to me last Monday at the office. I just wanted to say I stayed home alone, and suddenly my colleague looked at me like I was in crisis.
That is exactly what we are talking about today, because what happened to you happens to millions of English learners every single day, and almost nobody teaches you why.
Seriously, I felt so embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. You were not wrong to feel that way. You were just using the wrong word for the right feeling, and that is a very big difference. Here is today's big idea. Loneliness is not one feeling. It has 5 different layers, and English has a different word for every single layer.
5 layers? I thought lonely just means lonely.
That is exactly the mistake. And by the end of today, you will never make that mistake again, because the last part, I promise, will completely change how you think about loneliness, not just in English, but in life.
Ooh, that sounds deep.
It is a little deep, but in a good way. Okay, let's start with why this matters so much. In most countries, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, India, Germany, we learn English from textbooks. And textbooks say lonely and alone mean the same thing. But in real English, they are completely different.
Wait, they are not the same?
Not even close. Alone is a physical state. It means no other people are around you. Zero emotion, just a fact.
Like, I am sitting alone in this room right now.
Exactly. No feeling attached, just a description. But lonely is an emotional state. It means you are feeling a deep need inside, a need for connection that is not being filled.
So, lonely sounds heavier.
Much heavier. When you say, I'm lonely, especially to someone you don't know well, they hear, I am emotionally empty and I need someone to fix me right now.
Oh no, that is exactly what I said to my colleague.
And in English-speaking culture, there is a phrase people use, especially online. Don't trauma dump on strangers.
Trauma dump?
It means don't pour your heavy emotional pain onto someone who is not ready for it. And saying, I'm so lonely to a work colleague on a Monday morning, that is, to them, a little bit of a trauma dump.
But I didn't mean it that way at all.
That is the whole point. You felt one thing. They heard something completely different. Let's see exactly what happened.
Hey, Alice. Good morning. How was your weekend?
Oh, hi Marco. I was so lonely this weekend.
Oh, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I just stayed home.
Oh, okay. That's good. I mean, you sure you're all right?
Yes, really. I just didn't go out much.
Right. Okay. I actually have a meeting starting soon, so take care of yourself, yeah?
Oh, sure. Thanks.
See you later, Alice.
Marco is a good person. He heard lonely and thought you were in real emotional pain. He didn't know how to help, so his brain said, exit the situation. This is not his fault, and it is not your fault. It is a word problem.
A word problem with very real social consequences.
Exactly. Now, what should Alice have said? Something like, "It was pretty quiet. I just stayed in and recharged." Or, "I've been on my own a lot lately, but I'm good." Or even just, "Low-key weekend, nothing special."
Those all sound so much more relaxed.
Because they describe the same weekend without the emotional weight.
I need to save all of these right now.
Please do, because this brings us to the 5 layers. Loneliness in English is not one size fits all. There are 5 layers, and each one needs a different word. Are you ready?
Ready.
Layer 1, physically alone. The words are alone or on my own. No emotion, just the situation.
I was on my own this weekend. That's it?
That's it. Clean, simple, safe.
Okay, what's layer 2?
Layer 2, missing a specific person. I miss someone, or I really miss my friends back home. This loneliness has a direction, a target.
Oh, I feel this one every single day. My friends are all back in Tokyo.
And that feeling has a name, and it is different from just being alone. Layer 3, feeling left out.
Left out? What does that mean exactly?
Good question. Left out is when you are surrounded by people, but you still feel like you are on the outside looking in.
Oh, that is me at work lunch every day. Everyone is talking and laughing, and I'm just nodding and smiling, but I'm not really part of it.
That feeling right there is called feeling left out. Not lonely, left out. Lonely is about being alone. Left out is about being invisible inside a group.
That is actually so much more accurate for what I feel.
This is why the right word matters. Layer 4, a quiet background emptiness. It feels empty, or I've been feeling a little hollow lately.
Hollow?
Like an empty container. Something is missing, but you can't point to exactly what.
That is Sunday evening for me.
For many people, you are not alone in that. And layer 5, the strongest one, starved for company.
Starved? Like hungry?
Exactly like hungry, but for human connection. I've been absolutely starved for company lately.
Okay, that one feels very intense.
It is, so save it for people you are close to. Which brings me to something very important. These expressions are not all the same level. Some are safe for anyone. Some are only for close friends.
Oh, so I need to know who I'm talking to first.
Always. Let me make this very simple. If you are talking to a stranger, say, "I was on my own," or "It was a quiet weekend."
Safe zone. Got it.
If you are talking to a coworker, say, "I've been keeping to myself lately," or "I needed some downtime."
So no trauma dumping on Marco.
Correct. No trauma dumping on Marco. And if you are talking to a close friend, then you can say, "I've been really lonely lately, honestly." Or even, "I'm starved for company. I really needed to see you."
So the closer the person, the deeper you can go.
Exactly. Stranger, coworker, close friend. 3 different levels.
This should be in every English textbook.
It should, but it's not. So that's why we're here. Now, there is one technique that pulls all of this together, and it is so simple, but almost nobody teaches it.
What is it?
Add a time phrase.
A time phrase?
Yes, just one small word. Watch what happens. I'm lonely, heavy, permanent, like something is seriously wrong. I've been a little lonely lately, light, temporary, honest, but healthy.
Oh, wow. The feeling is the same, but the second one sounds so different.
One word, lately, sometimes, recently, these days, and suddenly you sound self-aware instead of desperate.
You sound like you know yourself.
And people respond to that completely differently. They lean in instead of backing away.
Actually, this reminds me of something that happened with my friend Yuna. We met at a cafe last week, and she asked how I was doing, and I just said, I'm lonely. Same thing happened. She got this worried look. The whole vibe changed. I wish I had known this then.
Alice, oh my gosh, it's been so long. How are you doing?
Honestly, I've been a little lonely lately, but seeing you already makes it better.
Oh, I totally get that. Me too, honestly. Work has been exhausting. We really need to do this way more often.
Yes, I've been thinking the same thing.
Okay, we are making this a monthly thing. No more excuses.
Deal. Absolutely deal.
Now tell me everything. What have I missed?
Same, Alice. Same honest feeling. But this time, the conversation opened up instead of shutting down.
2 words. A little? Lately. I cannot believe how much that changes everything.
This is what I call emotional precision in English. It means choosing the exact right word for what you actually feel. The right word at the right level for the right person.
Emotional precision. I love that.
And this brings me to something I want to share with you. Something a little deeper than vocabulary.
This is the deep part, isn't it?
It is. There's an old idea in Buddhist philosophy, one that I think about every time someone tells me they feel lonely. The idea is this: loneliness is not caused by having no one around you. It is caused by not being comfortable with yourself.
So you mean if I am okay with myself, I won't feel so lonely?
Say that again.
If I'm okay with myself, I won't feel so lonely.
That is exactly it. When you are always waiting for someone to fill the empty space never goes away. But when you can sit with yourself, quietly, without needing anything, that is when other people start to feel your warmth.
So the loneliness is not really about other people.
Not at its root, no. And here is how this connects directly to English. The most confident phrase you can say in any language is this: I enjoy my own company.
I enjoy my own company.
Say it like you mean it.
I enjoy my own company.
When a native speaker hears that, they think, this person is interesting. This person is secure. I want to know them better.
Not, I'm lonely, please stay.
Exactly. One phrase completely changes the energy you bring into a room.
James, that is not just English advice. That is life advice.
The best English advice usually is. Today, you learned that lonely and alone are not the same word. You learned 5 layers of loneliness and how to match them to the right relationship. And you learned that one small time phrase can completely change how people respond to you.
And that I enjoy my own company might be the most powerful sentence I've ever learned.
Hold on to that one. Now, next week, we are looking at one phrase that almost every English learner uses every single day. And every time you say it, native speakers quietly lose confidence in what you are saying.
What phrase?
I think.
I think? I say that in every sentence.
And next week, you will never use it the same way again. Subscribe and hit the bell. You do not want to miss this one.
Seriously, it will change how people see you at work, in meetings, everywhere.
If today helped you, please like this video and subscribe. Members get today's full expression guide as a PDF. The link is below.
The PDFs are genuinely so helpful. I use them in real conversations.
To everyone watching in Japan, Korea, Taiwan, India, Germany, Brazil, and every country in between, listen to this episode again. The second time, you'll catch things you missed. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep going and keep growing.